Here to share her son's incredible story, Executive Director of Moms March for America, and a dear friend of mine, Karen Vaughn. Karen, thanks for being here.
It is wonderful. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, your son is an inspiration for us, has been, continues to be, but no one really knows this story of your chapter.
This is a different story, right? I was 18 years old, had just started college, and found out that I was pregnant. And, you know, a whole world of decisions were in front of me at that point. And I remember thinking, you know, over and over again, this is what astounds me about so much of what happens in our society. The first thought on my mind, you two, was how was I going to prepare a world for this boy? What were his father and I going to do to create a home for him that was going to, how are we going to raise him in a world that, you know, that would be best suited for him, in an environment that would be best suited for him? I never once thought about abortion. It was suggested, but it never crossed my mind
That's a tough,
to do that.
Tough choice to make, though.
It was
at 18. Yeah.
Well, it was hard because, you know, you have to, you know, I was put in a position of laying down my future in exchange for his. I was there, you know, I had plans. I wanted to go into broadcast journalism, you know, that's what I wanted to do. I had big plans for my life and never saw myself actually with a family. I just wasn't that person. So I was most astounded at what happened in my heart the moment I found out that I was pregnant, that this had to be something that was going to be my future, not a blip on my radar.
Yeah, and what about the decision to keep him as well? I mean, this topic of abortion is front and center right now.
Right.
You have Democrats across the country pushing for things like late-term abortion. You have the movie Unplanned, which is really making waves, showcasing how someone can go from being a Planned Parenthood clinic advisor to suddenly changing her ways. So what is your message to the community now, given your story and the difficulties you faced and the challenges? What do you say to people?
This story is, what is growing inside a woman when she finds out she's pregnant is a life. It's a person. It's a future. It's a legacy. This boy that was in my belly, I had the privilege of raising one of the most amazing people to ever walk the face of this earth, who, like Pete said, ultimately gave his life on the platform of freedom. Overcame unbelievable adversity. He taught us so much about living, didn't he? And so that's what I want to say, that it is not an it. It is a he or a she that was created divinely inside you. It is your opportunity to offer this beautiful gift to the world. And that's what I want to say. Most of all is, I don't understand the whole concept of choice. It just doesn't resonate with me, because all of us as women have a choice. And once we're pregnant, that is the result of a choice. And so now the choice becomes, what do we do with that? And I cannot understand a society where a barbaric act is the consequence for that child, for the choice that we made. It doesn't make sense to me. And this is what I want to say to women. If you're out there and you're facing an unplanned pregnancy, try to see into the future. Try to see past what you're feeling, the emotions you're experiencing right now. There is a person growing in you that was created and that was supposed to live. And so, you know, we all made the choice. We were pregnant. It was unplanned. But now what do we do with that choice? What we do is we honor what's happened, and we create a life of honor out of our situation.
And of course, your then boyfriend, now husband, Billy,
38 years,
played a big role in that too.
Yes, I mean, Billy made the same choice I did instantly. We were both going to be parents. That's all there was to it.
I think it's so important in this conversation to provide women with the help that they need, because if you are 18 years old and you're faced with a decision like this, and you know that you have family, friends, community, groups that are willing to reach out and provide that assistance, if you are struggling financially, that there is an option to have and raise this child. I think that is so pivotal, because it can be really overwhelming for someone young faced with this decision and nervous, like, what's going to happen to my life? How am I going to do this financially?
You're absolutely right. And this is another thing that I want to say. You know, ultrasound debunked what was growing inside us, right? It did that years ago. The movie Now Unplanned has debunked the lies about Planned Parenthood and what's happening inside these clinics. But you're right, for years now, and I have worked in a crisis pregnancy center at one point in my life, because for years now we have provided women with ways to see past this. And one thing that most people don't know about me is I also adopted a child. So I also raised another little baby girl from 7 months old, and she's 26 now. that another mother gave life to but wasn't prepared to take care of. And so my story is complex. I've seen every side of it. And so, yes, with adoption and with crisis pregnancy resources that we have available now, there's really no excuse for abortion. There's just, and I know that people find themselves in difficult positions. I did. I understand that, and I'm compassionate about it. And I also want to say to every woman who's made that choice and is now living with maybe the pain or the guilt or the shame of it, that there's freedom past that. You know, that there's love, and this is what we're expressing, love and compassion, not judgment and anger. It's really critical that I say that. I don't feel like I'm on a pedestal because I made that choice.
Sure.
I feel like people are put in difficult positions, but there are ways to make a better choice.
Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Your
much.
organization, Moms March for America, where can folks learn more?
MomsMarchForAmerica.com, MomsMarchForAmerica.com, and also next Saturday, I want to say we're having Ashley Bratcher, the star of Unplanned, speak at a Mom Talk for us. So if you would like to, right here in the heart, the belly of where this fight is going on in Buffalo, New York, right?
Cool.
Wow.
So Ashley Bratcher is going to be with us next Saturday, April 13th, and you can sign up for that at momtalks.org.
Very good.
Karen.
Karen, thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful to have you as always.